This is what we got. Smaller one, even smaller, and even smaller. My new favourite toy. What's this? Yes, my new laser. So this is what came in the box. All really well packaged. I cannot say that enough. This is all part of the frame which we need to assemble. We've got the main sections, the main top gantry. That's already pre-assembled. We've got one motor on the side here and one motor on the top. They've got little connections on the top so that it's just plug and play. On this section here, which is going to be the front of the machine, we've got all the wires and all the connections. Again, just plug and play. We've got our little controller here. That's the power, the reset. You put your TF card in there and you've got USB and your power and also your emergency stop button, which is quite cool. Got a little area at the back, so I'm guessing that's for Wi-Fi. And this is the only section that we're going to need to put together, really assemble. This should slip on top of the frame. Over here we've got a cutting mat, stainless steel I believe, quite a decent set of instructions there. We've got our power with a 240 volt plug and a spare adapter plug. Spare set of tools, our USB cable, USB dongle, and we've got our belts here. They need to be fed through the wheels in order to make all the motors move the machine. Really simple actually. We've got our fixings, cable ties, and a few bits of ply and perspex. I guess they're just little samples to try. So we're just going to go and assemble that now. It's going to only take us probably about an hour, not much more. As you can see, all completed. It was really simple. I just simply put the rectangle together first, slid this assembly on from the back. Then I put the back leg on as one whole piece. Then this whole front assembly, which is effectively the leg also. And then I just slid the belts through underneath this wheel, over the cog, back underneath the wheel, and nipped it up with these little nuts, bolts that they supply. You just simply push them in, turn them, and they lock up. So no need to assemble anything else. So the next thing I've done is I've connected up the USB cable from this little control panel here into the USB of my computer. Power cable obviously plugged in. Also, I've got a little power supply here. Use my little EcoFlow power generator. Pulled up the stop, and I'm going to get my Lightburn software up and running. Because I've used lasers before, I've got that software. It's pretty decent. And it is as simple as that. Let's turn it on. Yeah, so as soon as you've assembled it, all you need to do is plug the USB in and the power in, and you are literally good to go. Did I mention that you had to put this laser on? Obviously, you would have seen that in the assembly part. So I'm just going to use Lightburn. Lightburn, you can get a free trial for 30 days, and it is literally the best software that you will get. I've not tried the software that comes with it, but I'm going straight to Lightburn because I've used it and I know how it works. I've got 14 days left of my trial and I will be buying it. It's around 50 quid. And I've tried lots of different bits and pieces. As you can see, we've been testing it and trialing it, doing all sorts of bits and pieces. And if you look back, we did a video where we just lasered some birch ply coasters. It can do lots and lots of different things. So now I've got Lightburn open. So all you're going to need to do is come over to this section, click on where it says choose or COM4, and choose the one that you want. But before you do that, make sure you turn it on, and the selection may change. There you go, we've got COM4. It says disconnected up here, so I'm going to change that to, it's COM7. Let's see if up here it changes. Yeah, there you go. And it's as simple as that. In Lightburn, it should just sync pretty easily. It's found the laser, and it's simple as that. So I've got COM7, it says ready, and what I can do is just draw a quick square, go to frame, and just prove that it works. And that is just drawing the outline or drawing the pattern that I'm going to cut. Really, really cool. Really cool. Before you do start cutting, make sure you do have a board or something underneath what you're cutting, and make sure your laser is maybe 2 or 3 mil above your actual board. I have it about 2 mil. When I've got my MDF on the top, I just adjust this dial until the laser's about 2 mil, 3 mil above my board. So I'd say we're about an hour in, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. And in that time, we've assembled this, we've connected up the computer, turned on Lightburn, and we are ready to go. So all I need to do is find a project to make. Okay, so we're all set up and ready to go. I've got my offcut over here, piece of 6 mil. I've got my software up and running, and I bought in my project, which I'm going to be doing right now. And what it is, it's my logo, the hanger with the TLC in the center, the London Craftsman, obviously. And I've traced it to give me this outline. Very, very simple. If you bring in a picture or something like this, you just simply right click it. You go down to where it says trace image, and that will give you this. You'll have a pink outline. If we go to fade image, the pink outline is what it's going to cut. And then you could just play around with these parameters. So to smooth the edges off a little bit more, you can just do your cutoff or your threshold. Yeah, and that's very simple. You just click OK and then click the screen, and that's what it gives you. Let's just delete that one for now because we've already got one at the bottom. And this is what we've got. If I just highlight it, it's going to be 270 mil by 162 mil. That's the size that I'm going for. It's not far off a full size hanger, and it fits on my offcut nicely. So with that being said, I've just moved over to my cuts and layers. I've gone for a speed of 120 millimeters per minute at full power. Okay, I've assigned it to a layer, which is a blue layer, and we are literally good to go. All we need to do is turn the machine on. So let's slide that material in place where we want it. Make sure we've got our metal cut board underneath, because we're going to be cutting through very slightly. We need something so we don't cut into our table. And all we simply do is hit the start button. And we're going to give that about 15 minutes. We can also see how long it's going to take. We just click on the page and click on preview. It says 14 minutes and 45 seconds. So we're going to leave that to do its thing. I'll record it at the same time, and we'll come back to the finished product. So there we go, all done, and it's as simple as that. Very, very simple. It's a couple of minutes to put in your software, press start, and it does it for you. So we turn that off, and let's see what we got. It's already starting to fall apart. And you can tell that the laser has gone all the way through in its first cut. So I only did one pass on this. Because this is a 10 watt laser, it can cut through a pretty substantial amount. I think it's up to 10 mil or 12 mil in one pass, and this is no exception. There we go. Job done. So this is what we got. Perfectly cut out logo of my company, the TLC In the middle, the London Craftsman with the coat hanger. And it's absolutely pristine, all the curves are perfect. It's really, really well cut out. I was so surprised. Also, this was cut with one pass, going at a speed of 120 mil per minute at full power, going through 6 mil moisture resistant MDF. I also think that it could possibly cut through a lot thicker. I've read that it could cut up to about 12 mil in one pass, and I have no doubt it probably could if I go a little bit slower. Also probably dependent on the material, timber, MDF, ply, whatever. But the world is your oyster with these laser machines. 10 watts laser engraver. Before I go, let me show you what else I've made. You ready for it? Smaller one, even smaller, and even smaller. And if I could just put a biro up against these to show you the size, quality. I love these things so much. My new favourite toy. So if you want one, there will be a link in the description where it will take you directly to these. If you do buy through my links, I will earn a tiny bit commission, so thank you very much. That just helps support the channel and just keeps more videos like this coming. But other than that, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content today. These things are super cool, so remember, you can just use your imagination, let your imagination go wild. You can make symbols, letters, names, plaques, shapes, anything that you can think of, really. And the best thing about it is I used offcuts for this, so it didn't cost me a single penny. So other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good rest of the day. Ciao for now.